If you feel like you're constantly stuck on the B2B lead gen roller coaster, I'm going to show you exactly how to get out of it. And it's a lot easier than you would think. First of all, let's have a look at what most people are going through when they're on the B2B lead gen roller coaster. Usually it starts with some idea down here, some sort of excitement. Or maybe I should flip this a different way. Maybe I should say that this is more so where you know that you need to get a lot more leads to hit your targets or to scale, to grow, to for payroll, whatever it is, whatever reasons, okay? Then you start to look into things, and this is usually where you start to get a bit of excitement. You start to go, oh, maybe this could work. This is the magic silver bullet that we're looking for. And at the height of excitement, you're trying something, you're trying to implement it. And all of a sudden, oh, it's a lot more difficult than I thought it was. Oh, there's a lot more steps involved. Oh, what do you mean I have to pay for these tools here? I wasn't expecting that. No, let's just go back here. And then you go back into this loop again where, oh, things are getting bad and we need to actually figure something out. Let's look into things and what are the new trends at the moment? What are the new hacks, the growth hacks that people are using at the moment? Oh, that seems exciting here. Yes, we can definitely do something like that. This seems like it's a lot easier than anything else we've ever done before. Try to implement it at the height of excitement. This is going to be perfect. You press launch on a new campaign. Doesn't go as well as you wanted. Turns out you need to be a lot more targeted. Turns out you have to spend the time targeting people. And you just go through the cycle again and again and again. So this is where most people are. And the vast majority of you watching this have probably been in this cycle at some stage as well. You may be in it now as well. So look, I'm going to show you how to get out of it as well, okay? Now, to get out of it is actually very easy. So if we essentially somewhat flip this literally, what we can do, instead of being on that typical B2B lead gen roller coaster, we can be on a different roller coaster. However, the difference is that this one, we don't come back down, okay? Now, which might seem a little ironic because that's the exciting good part of a roller coaster, but that's not where we want to be with B2B lead gen, okay? So again, we're starting down here, just like we did on the other one, where it was a case of, oh, we need to fix this. We're not getting as many leads as we need. We're not getting as many people going through the pipeline, not converting enough people. We need to do something. Then you start to look into things. You start to go, oh, this might be interesting. We could probably do this. Let's just take some different examples the whole way up here as well. Okay, now these are in no particular order. I'm just taking any particular example that you can throw out there as well. Okay, so let's say, for example, that this one down here, this is, you look at, let's say, email outreach. Okay, now, in regards to email outreach, again, a lot of people, they get here and go, yeah, this is going to be amazing. All we have to do is just email people. This is essentially automated. We'll just change some variables. Instead of saying, hello there, we can put hi first name. We can say, I see you're from company XYZ, and that can be changed for every single person. Wow, this is going to be super easy. Then all of a sudden, you don't really get the results that you want. But instead of going all the way back down to the bottom, what you do is you still get some results, okay? Because again, you're only starting this, you have to learn that particular skill. Everything that you have along here, it's a skill, okay? So you've learned a little bit about this, you've launched a campaign, you've got some things that are running here, but instead of not getting the kind of results you wanted, where it might be like 90% of people replied back, which is just not reality in the B2B outreach kind of world, especially for email outreach, like you're never going to hit those numbers. And I'm not saying that to be a downer about this. I'm trying to be realistic about it, but you're just not. However, people who do get those little bit of results and then go, oh, that was actually interesting. Why don't we actually keep that going? So let's say we reached out to 1,000 people here, 10 people replied. Why don't we do another 1,000 people so we get another 10? So that keeps compounding there as well. Because this is already now up and running, you've done all the tech setup, you've done all of the outreach messages, you've done some A/B testing, you know who you should be reaching out to, you know that what you tried with the previous leads may work with the next leads as well if you want to stay again with that kind of 1% positive reply rate. So keep that running. So instead of being back down here, now you're here, okay? So if you keep that running, even if you did nothing else, that would continuously grow over time as well, okay? Now let's say that the next thing happens as well, okay? Let's say that of the people who didn't reply to you, or let's say you reached out to some people and their emails bounced for whatever reason, okay? And then always double verify your emails to see that, yes, you actually are reaching out to somebody's real email address, somebody guessing their email address, and don't just copy and paste it from some forum that you found online, wherever it might be. Verify your leads. There's lots of tools out there that you can use for that. We use Instantly for sending. You can do it in Instantly. We actually don't verify the emails in Instantly. We use another tool. We use a tool called Bouncer or Use Bouncer. Regardless, I'll leave links for them in the description if you want to check them out. But let's say that of the 1,000 people that you get, and only 950 you can actually reach out to. Okay, actually, let's make this math a little easier. Let's say that it's 900. Okay, so 900 people go back into a new campaign for email outreach. And what most businesses do With the 100 people that had a bounced email, they just go, okay, we just forget about them, throw them in the bin, that's it, okay? However, the vast majority of places where you're going to find the leads, if you're using any particular tools, any particular things like Zoom Info or Clay or even Instantly Zone, I think they call it Super Search now. I think it used to be called Lead Finder. But again, all that sort of stuff, okay? Usually it gives you their LinkedIn as well, okay? So what you can do is you can take those 100 or so people that we didn't find an email for, wasn't verified for, and the email bounced. Instead of throwing that bounced email in the bin, which is what the vast majority of companies do, why don't we actually reach out to those people on LinkedIn? Because again, like I said, depending on where you're getting your list from, usually there is a LinkedIn there for that. Now, even if there wasn't, for you to find 100 people's LinkedIns is not very difficult at all. All you do is put in their name and their company into Google, and usually LinkedIn is the first thing that comes up anyway, okay? So you're going to find their LinkedIn regardless. Add those 100 people on LinkedIn, and when you have a connection request with those people and they accept that connection request, then you can message them. This is allowing you to reach out to even more people again whilst this is happening in the background. So again, even if you reach out to those 100 people, let's say 90 of them don't accept a friend request or not friend request, connection request. Let's say that 10 of them you're actually able to message and you get through to them and they pop on a demo call, whatever it might be, okay? Again, that's more people that we have here. But instead of going all the way back to the bottom saying, no, this LinkedIn thing doesn't work, we have at least some people. So we're getting some people here, we're getting some people here. And instead of going back down to the very bottom of this roller coaster, what we're doing is we're staying higher. So we're already at this higher part here. If we just continue with email outreach, if we just continue with the LinkedIn outreach as well side of things, which again, these two can pretty much connect as well because of how we're finding these leads for LinkedIn, then that means that we're here instead of going all the way back down to here. Now again, just let this compound over time. Let this compound over time. Keep putting new fresh leads into here. Anything that's not going to sound correctly and it bounces, put them into LinkedIn. Again, there's so many different ways that you can go about this as well, okay? So we're already at another stage as well. So let's say that we're not doing any outbound now. Let's say we want to do some inbound side of things instead, okay? So let's say that we say, okay, the outbound side of things is working. It's pretty much automatic. The only thing we have to do is reply to people when they get in touch with us. I would recommend doing that rather than using some sort of AI. Now you can use AI to help you, but again, in my opinion, I do think that there's the human element is needed there as well. So now you might think, well, actually, let's automate this even more. Let's do something where it's inbound, okay? So how do we get inbound people? Oh, well, we have a website. We paid a lot of money to have a website, and it's just a digital business card. So what can we do with it? Oh, we can actually find how people are looking for ourselves and our competitors online. Why are we not showing up? Oh, that's why. This is what we need to fix. Here's the tools that we can essentially automate that with. Perfect. So now we have some SEO. Now, SEO is by far so incredibly important, more important than ever in the world of B2B, even in the AI age, if you know how all this sort of stuff works as well, okay? So if you want to show up in traditional search results like Google and Bing, or if you want to show up in AI search results such as ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, whatever it might be, all of the fundamentals of this are still absolutely needed as well, okay? So again, you go, brilliant, this is going to be great. Let's launch these campaigns. And then it turns into, it turns out we have to do this for every URL. Google looks at URLs and Google or Bing or ChatGPT, whatever it is. They look at URLs individually, not websites overall. So anything that's important, we need a whole page about, that's going to take forever. I don't really want to do this. But again, even if you, instead of looking at it like, now we need to optimize 50 pages on our website, that'll take too long, let's move on to something else. Why don't you just optimize whatever you have the time for? That could be 3 a month, it could be 1 a month, it could be 10 a month, okay? It depends on you and your team and what time you have available, whatever it may be as well, okay? But instead of going from, yes, we can definitely do this, yes, this is the right thing for us, this is a good fit, back to, this is like too much work, back down here again, why don't we just do a little bit of it so we can stay here? So again, let's say that this is bringing in you another 10 leads per month on your website. And by the way, even if you do this correctly, then even when you turn this off, as in you're not optimizing anything else, that continues to run month after month after month after month, okay? But the likes of the outreach side of things, if you turn those campaigns off, that's it, done. You're not getting any more leads. If you do this correctly, from an inbound perspective, then you're going to get leads month after month after month, okay? These leads are also a lot more powerful, a lot more beneficial to you because they are actually people who were seeking out you. So these were people who were in so much pain that they actually sought out a solution for their problem, and you are that solution, okay? Whether it's a software or service you provide, a product you provide, it doesn't matter, okay? So that's why it's much easier to get these people to actually convert into paying customers, paying clients, than it is for the likes of these people. Now, I'm not saying that that's impossible. People do this every single day of the week in the B2B world, but this is very, very possible and very automated as well. The reason a lot of people stay away from this is because, it takes too much time. But if you just put the time and effort in, even what you have in regards to time and effort, let it compound over time, okay? Again, people want things immediately, they want things overnight. That's not how life is, that's not how it works, especially not in the world of B2B. When you start to realize these things and implement this and have consistency for these things, this just absolutely keeps going up and up and up as well, okay? So again, that's an inbound example there. So let's say that you want to do more inbound examples. You could do the likes of, let's not go with another inbound example. Let's go with a paid example here instead, okay? So you can do some SEM or even PPC. Now, the way that I differentiate these is I say SEM is search engine marketing, being that like if you type in something into Google or Bing, that a particular company shows up at the top because they're paying to show up there before the organic results, okay, before the SEO results, let's say. I refer to PPC as kind of paid things. If you're on like the likes of LinkedIn or Meta or YouTube videos, whatever it might be. Now, even though that stands for pay-per-click, yes, you pay-per-click with all these as well, okay? But just to try and differentiate these so everyone's on the same page here, I refer to this as search engine marketing, meaning that it's for search engines such as Google and Bing, and PPC, typically I refer to that as display ads or display videos or whatever it might be as well, okay? So again, this might be a case of, well, this is working well for us now. What do we do next, okay? So now it's a case of, we can actually pay if we want to show faster than what this takes to kick in. By the way, if you want a really fast way to make this happen for you a lot faster than most people, I did a video a while ago where I actually went over 9 different ways you can get B2B leads, and I gave some extra tips in each of those. In that particular video, I gave a tip of how you can get your pages ranked super fast in Google and Bing, and it's for free, by the way. So if you want to check that out, you can obviously check out the channels page and you can look at that video. I think it was called something like 9 different ways to get B2B leads. So again, let's say that you are wanting to upscale this even more. And the reason you might want to do that is because if someone searches, let's say you offer accounting software as an example, 66% of people will click on the organic results, 33% of people, 34% of people will click on the paid results. So if you want to have as much real estate as possible in the search engines, and again, this could be the same with Bing and or not Bing, with the likes of ChatGPT, with Perplexity, with Claude, Gemini, and even for the likes of these ones up here for search engine marketing, Google at this moment in time, as I record this video, they are testing putting ads into their AI overviews as well, okay? So this kind of gives you as much real estate as you can possibly get. That's exactly what we want. We want people to see you as the authority, so they have instant trust and they can move forward and become a particular paying client or customer of yours as well, okay? So again, you go up here and then you go, brilliant, all we need to do is just put some keywords and we just have to build them. That's super easy. Then you have to then you figure out, actually, there's a lot that's involved in this. There's match types that we need to look at. There's intent behind the keywords that we need to look at. There is negative keywords that we need to look at here. There's a lot more that's involved in putting a successful campaign together here, rather than just throwing some keywords at a bidding algorithm, okay? So again, instead of going all the way back down here to get back here, which again, we're already doing well if we're already here, you don't have to come all the way back down here, okay? Again, I know everyone is limited in time. I know everybody is limited on different things that they can do and resources, whatever it may be. But again, if you just put in whatever you can for this, then that means that you're able to learn and understand all of this sort of stuff over time, so that over time things get consistently better, okay? You can't expect to launch any of these particular things in this day and age, especially in B2B, to have immediate results overnight. It just doesn't work. And this is one of the secrets. It's just consistency and time and a bit of patience as well, okay? So again, as you figure all this stuff out, your campaigns then start to get better and better and better, okay? So then we come up here, and again, this is just a particular example. Again, these were in no particular order, but I guess it makes sense that this one is at the end here. Let's say we do some retargeting. So again, you might say, oh, well, what can we do now? What's actually better? Okay, people are clicking on our landing page. They are going to our website. They're finding us through SEO. But again, there's multiple touch points that are needed, especially in the world of B2B. So how do we put ourselves in front of those people again? Okay, so again, something like that could be retargeting as well. Okay, so again, you get up here and you go, retargeting. That's super easy. Like, we already have all this data. We have the pixels that are on our website. It's collecting the data of all the people who've clicked on our landing pages and has looked at different pages on our website. So we have all this. All we need to do is push launch on the campaign here, okay? Then you realize a lot more goes into retargeting as well. And again, different retargeting campaigns, different ways that you can retarget people, whether it's 30, 60, 90, 120, 180 days that people have been on your website, and where those people's heads are at there once they've been on your website or haven't been on your website in an X amount of time. And there's all these different campaigns. So instead of going, nah, retargeting is actually not really easy, let's not do that. Again, just take the time to do a tiny little bit each and every day, and then it pushes you back up here, okay? So over time, by just taking a little bit of time to understand all this and not to throw all of this stuff in the bin when it doesn't work the way you don't want, but as you kind of get better and better with these, the results are going to get better and better over time as well, okay? But let's say that for this one, you've got 10 new leads, 10 new leads, 10 new leads, 10 new leads, and 10 new leads. That's 50 new leads, okay? Let's say that was even over an entire year, okay? So if you can get 50 new leads over an entire year, okay, let's say you have a typical closing rate in B2B, which is kind of 20 to 30%. So let's just call it 20% in this particular case, let's be conservative. That's 10 new paying customers, okay? Now, the vast majority of your B2B are probably either high ticket or it's monthly recurring revenue, annual recurring revenue. So regardless, not only are your leads going up over time, but so is revenue, okay? So it just makes complete total sense to actually take the time and to do all this sort of stuff as well, okay? So again, there's so many different ways that you can do this. There's no particular order, as I said. But again, instead of just shiny objecting yourself to something new and something new and something new, which never actually makes any sense, what you do is you go to here instead, okay? Because again, another way that you can look at this is, and this is how a lot of people kind of get stuck. They would actually, again, have let's say, an idea here of, oh yes, we could do this brand new thing, we could do that. And that leads to, oh, but it's very difficult, we don't like doing that. And then they get back down here to, we need new leads, okay? And let's say this is the danger zone, okay? So I'm just going to put a danger. And again, then you go, oh, we're kind of panicking, what do we do? Oh, we look for something. Oh, yeah, this looks like it'll be good. Yeah, we can definitely go ahead and run with this. And then you get back up here to an idea. Let's launch that particular campaign. And then, oh no, it's difficult. We didn't get the results we wanted. Let's throw this in the bin. Now we're back in danger. What do? We look for something new. We look for the next shiny object. Oh yeah, that's something that we can do. Let's launch that. Oh no, it's not as easy as all the kind of gurus and all the agencies made it out to be. And this isn't going to work for us. We don't get overnight results. We're back in the danger zone. And you just keep looping and looping and looping. It's absolutely ridiculous if you just step back for a moment and think about it logically. So let's absolutely get rid of this, because we don't want to be in that loop ever again. Instead, we can be here. That's absolutely 100% possible. The reason that most people don't do it is because they don't want to put in the time, they don't want to put in the effort, okay? But if you just take a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, it becomes so easy, okay? And again, the more that you do these things, the more it's like breathing, okay? The more natural that this is to you each and every single day as well, okay? Because again, you get better and better with these over time. You start to have an interest in these. You start to look at what other people are doing and how you can kind of stand out and different pattern interrupts and different things like that. Now, again, depending on what you're doing. With the likes of this, it's very direct. With the likes of these, they're kind of pattern interrupty. These can be pattern interrupt / direct. Same with this as well, okay? So it depends on what you're doing here. You need to understand that stuff as well, excuse me. So yeah, that was just a video about how instead of being on the B2B roller coaster that constantly goes up and down, or in the loop like we just saw a moment ago here, just take a moment here. Now, as I said, I understand everybody is kind of pushed for time. There's a lot that people are doing in this day and age. But if you just take an hour here, and an hour, and an hour, and an hour, that's 5 hours, okay? So if you're doing a typical Monday to Friday 9 to 5, if you just do one of these in a particular hour, so let's say that from 11 until 12, okay? From 11 until 12 on a Monday, you do email outreach. From 11 till 12 on a Tuesday, it is LinkedIn. From 11 till 12 on a Wednesday, you do SEO. From 11 till 12 on a Thursday, you do SEM or PPC, some sort of paid advertising. And from 11 till 12 on a Friday, you figure out how to do retargeting as well, okay? If you just keep doing that, let's say for a month or even for a whole year, imagine the compounding results that you would have from that as well, okay? We all can find that time, okay? Now, I know a lot of people are going to look at this video going, but I don't have the time. You have now spent almost 20 minutes watching this particular video, okay? If you use 20 minutes to watch this particular video, you've got at least 20 minutes to do all this sort of stuff as well, okay? We have the time, we just don't use our time effectively because we don't want to. Again, it's much easier for us to sit back and watch a YouTube video and to read about how to do something, but to actually implement it, that takes effort. And a lot of us don't want to do that. But the people who do that end up winning, because this is how it works out in the end, okay? So look, that was 20 minutes of going over the B2B lead gen roller coaster, how to get out of it. It actually is very, very simple to do. Again, it's just a case most people don't want to, because there's a lot of effort involved in it, okay? But to have anything that's worthwhile, of course, there's going to be effort in it as well, okay? So look, if you do want a hand putting any of this together, you can check out the first link that's in the description. We teach B2B companies how to do all this sort of stuff all the time, and essentially how to automate a lot of this as well, so that you can get to these stages as well. And imagine the difference that you would have in the company if you just did this for 6 months, a year, whatever it might be as well, okay? So hopefully you got some value from that video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.